Father, forgive me, Father, for I have gravely sinned. I've done many, questionable acts that are not in the Bible, in the virtual space.
My child, just call me Daddy.
What? Okay. Forgive me, Daddy. I've filleted many long structures in the virtual space. Far longer than I should have. Looked too longingly in the depths of furry avatars, specifically in the hips and the buttocks. Wait, it's you. Okay. Have you RP'd for 2 consecutive hours or more? Now, here's the thing. This doesn't mean that kind of RP. This doesn't mean that kind of RP. This means role-playing in general.
It could be any kind.
Any kind.
However, I will put this out there.
I've done it for a little bit,
I
but
would
not
assume
2
that
hours, I think.
to be kind of backwards compatible.
Bit, but not
so
2 hours.
if you've never been like in a milsim group or anything like that, or role-played on here in a wholesome way, but you have done the other thing,
does it
for
count?
more than 2 consecutive hours, I think you gotta check
I would
the
say
box.
it counts.
Yeah, it probably counts. Yeah. This is one that I'm definitely familiar with. Have you fallen asleep in VR? Has anyone done any VR sleeping,
Yes.
especially in VR chat?
My headset was comfortable enough to do that.
I'm not like
have.
purposely to
But I ran
sleep,
out of
but
battery
just
before
like
waking
trying
up.
to get in VR takes me so long. I'll fall asleep with my headset on just because it takes me. So
I don't know if that
long to try and
counts
get
though,
into VR.
because
Wow.
you actually
Oh,
that would be
doesn't count?
in VR,
Okay.
like actual being in, not just a headset. So I don't know if that would count.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right, but also that's...
Okay.
But Mary's like committed
VR
enough
itself can sometimes make me sleepy.
to the attempt. And she's passing out halfway through. I think that counts.
You know what? You
I'd
get the
check
point.
that
You know.
Times I've joined the watch parties in VR. I get
Yeah,
really sleepy,
I can
so
contest what
fall
John
asleep.
Hexen does
true.
that too. Hexen will fall asleep in VR, I think, as well, occasionally. So
fall asleep almost anywhere.
poor Hexen. Yeah, I intentionally go into VR to sleep sometimes. So.
We love
Yeah.
Poor Hexen.
So that's a yes for me. All right. Next question.
I
Yeah,
like how you guys want
The
a
proper
check
view
mark by those asking them.
you want a lower score?
You gotta earn it.
You want a lower score? All right. Have you gotten so wasted, high or drunk, you passed out in VR? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I
so-
don't.
You don't have to admit it. I'm past my. When I started using VRChat, I was way past my drinking days. So,
sorry.
and I don't think I ever got
Oh, you
pissed drunk. So ever, like I would get close,
No,
but
it's
you know.
not.
So yeah, you don't have to rebuild. Another one. Have you thrown up in VR? I'm pretty sure a lot of people will throw up because.
Oh.
Actually, you know what? No, I was going to say drunk,
God.
but there's
Oh my
motion
God.
sickness. Motion sickness too. So you don't have to
thing.
be drunk or drink
It wasn't
for that to
motion
actually
sickness
happen.
related.
Oh, yeah.
Does it still count as
Yeah,
in
because-
VR if you manage to get the headset off and stumble to the bathroom? Or do you have to still have
I
the
want that
headset
to count.
on?
Yeah, I kinda feel like-
think that counts.
would count
I
that.
mean, you know, I think would
I
maybe.
think throwing up as a
VR
result
chat
of
is still
VR.
running while you're.
I mean, oh fucking, you're not muted. Oh,
Oh man,
no.
yeah. Can you imagine?
Oh.
Some people.
I can't admit that. I've been in instances with that happening.
Oh, can I
Exactly
tell you
that.
guys a story?
It's terrible.
Relate to that? No, I haven't. That hasn't happened to me. But
Story
dance clubs are totally a thing where you're going to see that happen because, you know, a lot of people will go to dance clubs to enjoy the vibe, but not actually dance. Now, and other people will they'll huddle in this little corner. They'll get drunk, or they might get a little high. I saw someone get like, it was somebody, I'm pretty sure it was someone wearing a Joker avatar from Persona 5 in the dance club, and he was totally fucking drunk, and he had trackers on, and he actually passed out. He got passed out drunk where he was on the floor, and people huddled around him checking on him to see
Oh
like
my
if he was
God.
okay. And just seeing that in a dance club in VR was like, it's like, okay, yeah, only in VR chat. Only in VR chat. Now, I imagine this would definitely
Speaking of
happen.
going hard.
Yeah. Have you pissed yourself in VR? Please don't. I hope no one has Yeah, you gotta be. Well, you'd have to be
Thankfully, no.
completely wasted
no.
drunk
Do
for
not
something.
that.
Either okay, two scenarios. Either you don't want to
No.
use the bathroom for some reason. You don't want to get out of VR to do that. If you have a Quest headset, you have no fucking excuse. You go to the bathroom. You aren't wired. You can go.
Right.
Okay. Have you
VR
been?
sound
God.
sort of thing.
Have you stayed up so late you missed work or school the next day?
sure.
Who was irresponsible and stayed up so late?
Ooh.
Thankfully, I'm lucky
Pretty
and
sure
I have
it's happened
remote
at least
work,
once
so I
to
don't. That even if I stay up late,
I
that is not an issue.
it hasn't happened yet. It may happen in the future. Who knows?
Yeah.
It may happen
Okay,
tomorrow.
I did it once or twice when I was working remotely, but I was so fucking tired because it was like, oh wow, it's 8 a.m. That I just called in sick. So I think that counts.
Yep. I don't think I've gotten that close enough, but. So next question. I actually, given that I am a VRChat degenerate, probably not the worst guy, but I actually haven't been to H Party. It says, have you been to H Party? I have not even been there. I've never touched that. It's
I
usually
actually haven't either.
associated with the ERP, I
Forgot
think.
what that map was.
I've read the description. I think it's called Just H
I
Party.
don't even know what that is.
And I think it
Yeah,
generally
it is.
gets associated with like dating and people meeting up and like doing the thing, maybe. And there's dances that happen. And of course, there was a recent thing where they did a collab with a church, like a VRChat church. I'm not sure what was going on with that collab. Maybe they were advertising or promoting it, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
I haven't been to it at all.
Wait, like the religious?
Yes.
Church?
Yeah, it was like VR
Yeah.
Bible
Yes, they
church.
were
or
religious
something.
church.
That's what I saw earlier.
Yeah.
So like the H.
I mean,
in
when is the church
just
not
H, That
religious?
stands for hentai.
Totally, yeah. Have you been to FPT Heaven? Anyone that has FPT? That's another popular
I
batch.
don't know what
Oh,
that
yeah.
is.
Actually,
I actually
Yeah,
haven't been
I
to
It's a
it.
strip club.
Oh,
I went there when I got my phone
Ooh,
tracking.
is it?
both
Okay,
those times.
let me rephrase that. It's less of a strip club and more of a pole dancing club. So, like, you'll have people trying to riz on each other and be just shitty barflies around the set. But a lot of the people that go there, like seriously, a lot of them, are wanting to show off what they can do with their tractors and whatever they have set up physically. So, like, there are some amazing
Yep.
pole dancing routines.
I need to
that
go
I've seen in
there.
that aren't sexy at all.
I've been to
They're
public
just
instance there exactly.
I think
one time.
I think that's somewhere I need to actually visit for once because I want to see that in VR. Like I haven't had that
should.
experience. Yeah, and I think about it. Okay, we're gonna get into the nitty gritty here. Have you been to an unlisted private ERP world?
No.
Yeah, you don't have to answer. Okay.
Okay.
Once again, you don't have
I mean,
to.
Teehee.
Only answer if you want to.
That's all I'm gonna say.
it's funny because there's not a question here about Shangri-La. Like they asked specifically about FPT Heaven, and just yeah. Okay, I'll be quiet.
Yeah, Shangri-La is an interesting one. An interesting world. It is public. It doesn't have anything like blatantly okay. And I'm pretty sure like maybe people have gotten on them.
I'm getting a ping.
It's disguised. That's what I'm gonna say. It's got stuff in it, but it's
Don't worry about it.
disguised.
It is
Why not?
I meant like, well, how do I even say that? Yeah. I mean, the objects are there, but they appear in a different form, I guess, in a lot of their maps.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Sorry.
Oh god.
yeah. So the public thing doesn't bother me as much as the Quest compatibility does.
Yeah.
Just because accessibility, and Just Be Club did that too. I remember going to Just Be Club back really early, before it became a popular map. I remember just like happened to see it, and I went in it when it was a lot less toned down. I think a lot of these like okay, so these are gonna be like a lot of these are gonna be like dating stuff. So I don't know. You don't have to admit
Yeah, half
this,
of
but
what's
like,
left, we're just gonna plead the fifth.
yeah. So you don't have to reveal. Have you dated or been in a relationship on VR? So you know. So I know that's a thing. There is a dating scene in VR. A lot of people will hook up and meet someone for the first time in VR and spend time with each other and may visit each other in real life as well. That's actually something that was shown in that VRChat documentary. They had a bunch of different stories of like people meeting up. Some people will actually get married.
Sorry, I've been pointing at you for like the past minute.
Does this count parasocial relationships?
What? No, parasocial.
No.
Actual.
No.
Yeah,
relationship.
actual
No.
legit. Yeah.
Parasocially
That's
date
not
someone.
the same.
That's called
No.
stalking, and that's a different question.
Yeah, I kind of hope no one's parasocially
consensual
dating,
shit.
so I don't recommend it. I don't think it's healthy. So, I mean, unless it's a fictional character. Okay, if you're dating it, well, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. Okay. Have you dated someone on VR more than? Okay, so a lot of these are just have you dated how long? I'm gonna just kind of go through these. Have you dated someone on VR for more than 1 year? I don't think there's anyone here. Okay, it depends. All right, have you speedrun a relationship and broken up in 1 day?
No.
Jesus Christ!
I think
Oh
you
my
have.
God!
I think you might need to.
I love you, I hate you, bye. Like,
You know what
wow.
that is? I mean, wouldn't that be? Have you guys heard of the No Time to Talk map? I've seen videos on that, and there's some horrendous stuff
shit,
that goes in
yes.
there. But I mean, that would maybe that.
I've been there once.
Yeah, I have not gone on there. I have no
Okay,
reason
so-
to.
The closest I've been to that is like there was someone that had been on a VR date that they'd been set up on through a VR dating app, and they were having a rough time in the date, and this was in a public world, and they were kind of floundering. So I did like a mini Cicero thing, and I was like, "Dude, you're fucking this up. You're fucking this up. Dude, go like this. Just be kind to her. Don't push on this." And like giving advice, and I mean, he felt like he had a shot, and he was super invested in it. And by I don't know, like an hour later, he had gone from "I have a girlfriend" to I never want to hear her name again. So yeah, like that happens.
Yeah. Hey. Have you worn matching avatars with someone? So like, I mean, it doesn't say dating specifically, but I guess you can, like, if you're doing stuff. Not really dating, but just, like, generally together doing stuff.
Then we definitely have when we
You want to take it
like
that way?
when we like help each other to like take pictures or whatever.
Help each other.
Yeah.
Do funny stuff in VR.
I guess.
Or when it says
Help each
matching,
other.
God, I fucking hate that I know this. So what it's talking about is avatars that have interactions, like they have triggers. Like everyone's got hand and head and whatever for head pats and shit. Some have very specifically named colliders.
Yeah, I know,
So-
yeah. I think I know what you're talking
You
about.
can,
I think you
okay.
guess, yeah.
like,
Then I
if you
guess
have
no.
a heart locket
Illicit.
and it's half of a heart, and someone else is a heart locket and it's
That
the
doesn't
other
even
half
have
of
Well, I
a
mean,
heart,
illicit.
I think that's
and it's
too...
only the two of you
matching-
that have those.
I think that's like.
I think
Even
that might
like
be
the
too specific,
synchronized
though.
dancing
Yeah.
interactions.
Yeah, that's too.
I guess
I think
that-
there are
Yeah.
ways that you can match with people.
We
Yeah.
have those.
So, alright. Have you acquired Phantom Sense? Does anyone have
I
any
actually have.
discovering
Yes.
Phantom
Yeah.
Sense stories?
Yes.
You haven't? Really?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Some people actually do
I've
develop
only
it
had
later.
once, but
Touch
I
and
wouldn't-
Phantom
I've only
Sense
had-
is
I've only
interesting.
experienced it
Oh.
once, but I wouldn't consider that.
Okay,
acquired
here's
having
something.
Developing it with each
Here's
other,
something
like
really easy to find out. If someone puts their, if someone throws something at you like an object in VR and you flinch, you have it. Or if someone puts fingers in your face and you feel
Yeah,
weird or your
I
body
flinch.
reacts to it, that's what it is basically. It's your
I think
Oh.
flinching is not it. Flinching is just a reaction.
It's a reflex to things approaching your face.
That's just
Natural
a
instinct.
reflex.
I mean,
yeah.
but it's still
I think
reacting
what it
to
is that if
something that doesn't
if
exist.
somebody touches you and you kind of like feels like as if somebody was touching your face and you're like. If you have somebody's hands in your face and you are like, oh, yeah, I can kind of feel something, even though nothing is happening. That
It
is
actually
Phantom
it
Sense.
counts way more than
That's
that.
a lot
It
of
actually
senses.
counts way more because that's
Like,
just a
what if-
general
I have-
brain perceiving
That's
things
a
that
pain.
doesn't.
Someone
Yeah.
smacks you and it hurts. That's Phantom
It's also
Sense.
your video.
It's not
Like
that
a girl.
extreme. Here's the thing that Phantom Sense. Now, some people have really, they claim to have it that bad where they actually like if someone hits them virtually, then they're like, oh, but it can be as light as just, your brain perceiving something that's not there. You see it there, but it's not there, but your brain's sort of
when I
like,
jump off a
that's-
high distance, I feel like I'm
That's
falling.
all
It's
of VR,
also-
Yeah.
Jackal.
yes. Now you see what I mean. You see what I mean? It has a spectrum. It's not just one thing, it's a spectrum. There could be extremely light and, you know.
Right there. So
That might count. I had Phantom
like
Scent
I have
before
one Phantom
Touch.
Scent story it's pretty much my only one. But it's so I smoked for 20 years. And then I stopped smoking. For a while I started briefly again, but I've quit again. I stopped for the hopefully last time, like 2.5 months ago. But in that period where I wasn't smoking, which was like 2.5 years, there was a world that had a little interactable, a prop, a few props. It was a box of cigs, and an ashtray, and a lighter. And you could pick up the box, you could take out a cigarette, and you could light and smoke, hold the trigger to pull, take it away, and just... Right? Like smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
When I did that, in that world, specific, like in other places too, but especially in that world, because there was pretty much nothing else but a chair, a table, some smokes, and an ashtray. When I breathed out, I could taste cigarette smoke on my tongue, and I felt this just scummy film on the back of my teeth. Like, if you've ever had tea that's steeped too long, or if you smoke cigarettes, or have smoked them, you know what I'm talking about. It felt for like 5 or 6 seconds like I had just smoked a cigarette, like I had breathed out. I had taken a drag on that.
Maybe people trying to quit shouldn't have this information.
Oh, it's fine.
That
It's
sounds-
fine. Yeah.
That's
It could
fair.
even be a decent
I mean,
placebo
people. Here's the
replacement.
thing: if you're
It's
vivid,
not touch,
I mean, these things are.
but it was absolutely sensory.
Yeah, people are capable of actually getting like tastes and smells and things that don't exist in dreams too, when they're not actually happening. So the brain is capable of a lot, like without things actually being there. It has the memory of stuff and it's able to, like, you know, stimulate things in your dreams, or, you know, the brain is fascinating. Okay, next question is, have you cuddled in VR? Done any VR cuddling?
Well, yeah.
Cuddles are nice.
I do
Yo,
want to
show of
share
hands.
something.
Anyone
Yeah.
that isn't checking this box, let me know. I got you covered.
Yeah.
I think there are
It's
funny,
entities
I'm
in
kinda
VR chat that
touchiverse in
exist to be
VR too.
cuddled, I think.
No.
Were you gonna say something, Crow, or?
Sometimes it's nice to just be held.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
even for the Phantom Sense stuff.
Mhm.
I don't even like need VR for that. I don't know why, and it's just gotten better with time. I can just like easily like smell some like any like phantom smell or anything like that if I like concentrate a bit.
Yeah,
It's just tapping
it's like
to
you
your
were saying
brain.
about the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even when I'm on even though I'm on desktop, sometimes when someone like gets close to me in VR chat, I'll like physically back up in real life.
Yeah, imagine how that is in VR.
100%.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah.
In terms
Because then you have that sense of space there, like that they're taking up an actual space, you know, near you. So
So,
yeah, imagine it's a whole different world in here. Okay, next one is.
In terms of the
oh,
sorry,
go ahead. Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say in terms of cuddling, I found it interesting that I'm touch-averse in real life, and for the most part, I don't have any desire to like get that close to people in VR too. And then there are some people that have it different, and I just find it interesting.
I actually am the same way. Now I don't want to I don't want to dox. I don't want to reveal
Dox?
too much, but I am someone who's like, this is kind of a sexual term, but I'm someone who's like a stone top kind of. If it's anyone outside of my partner, I'm a stone top type of person where I don't. Also, generally, and this was the case in TMG. I don't know if you guys noticed this. With some of you, I'm okay with it, but I don't like to be hugged. I've even had this issue with like family too.
Yeah.
Is that I get weird when I'm like, you know, when this happens. So I am touch-averse to a certain point. It really depends on the person. In VR though, that's a completely different story because there isn't something like physically. It's not too overwhelming.
There's not a physical threat.
Yeah, it's not as overwhelming.
It's
physical
different.
threat.
Like I
senses.
wouldn't like to sit this close to people in real life, but I'm fine with it in VR. But I wouldn't like go out of my way to like sit in someone's lap, and that's just who I am. But everybody's different with that, and I think it's interesting.
Yeah, I'm way more open about the touching stuff, as long as it's consensual, of course, in VR chat, and it just feels, I'm more senses are more sensitive, of course, in real life. Everyone's different, but I do get a little overwhelmed, senses wise. So in VR chat, it's less overwhelming, so it's not as weird for me. Okay, so next, have you learned to communicate with mutes? I don't think I've even come across anyone who is a dedicated mute in VR chat.
I don't think I have
a lot
either.
of these. I'm disqualified from a lot of these because I just don't go to public lobbies.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people do it. A lot of these kind of people do exist in public lobbies. Now, a lot of the people we've met in our group over time, there are people who are very quiet. I wouldn't count them as mute though. There are people who didn't talk a lot at first, and then gradually, as I got to know them, they'd open more and talk more. But I've never come across anyone that was specifically mute.
I do know a mute. They're actually a mute in real life too. So it's not just like a selective choice to not talk. They don't talk.
Mm-hmm.
I know who you're talking about.
Like medically mute.
Yep.
And they're adorable.
Yeah.
They're amazing. I love
They're
them.
great. They're so good at gestures and stuff. It's like having a conversation with. So I'm gonna have to check that. Yeah.
You know what? Actually, you know what? I have a vague memory of someone that that may have been mute, but I didn't get a chance to really interact with them so much. And I wouldn't check this because I haven't learned to communicate with mutes. I think there was a group event with the people, like a persona group that me and some other people went to. I believe one of the map creators that were in like a Futaba avatar were actually a mute. Like they didn't talk. They had people like talk for them, I think, or something like that. And I did kind of come across them, but yeah, they weren't someone that actually talked to VR. So I think they would count, but I haven't actually learned to communicate.
Situations like that are semi-common. Like someone will be in a VC with someone that they actually trust, that is in the world and just communicating, sort of relaying for them. Okay.
Now, a lot of these are related to mutes, so I don't really have any experience. The other one is, have you gotten a mute to talk? Does anyone have an experience like that? No? The next one, though.
I don't like the
What
next
does the
one.
next one imply?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I don't like the next one after that.
Have you owned a mute? Have you had a pet mute? Have you owned a mute?
That's fucking weird, bro.
Okay, I can totally see.
I think about like.
I can totally see that. How that would happen, and that being a thing in VR chat. Like, I mean, especially, you know what? It can be wholesome.
So
I think it could be
I just don't
wholesome.
know what they mean
well, yeah,
by
no, if
owned.
someone is mute because they can't
Yeah, I can see that.
Does it mean like you have them on a
ever be
leash? Like, I don't
comfortable or feel
understand.
safe communicating with other people, and they find someone that ticks one of the
feel like it's
earlier
more
boxes and
Custody
can
of them?
communicate
Like, I'm
with them,
confused.
then they might feel
This is like
comfortable. Like,
BDSM
okay, I'm gonna stick with this one.
I don't want to
Possibly.
prolong
This is
the
BDSM.
question
They can be my
too long, but
translator.
I could.
Yeah, I can see that. So it's not as bad
And-
I
as.
think I understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you could attract several people that fit that description and have a harem of mutes.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe harem was the wrong word.
Okay.
Hey, have you owned 3 or more mutes at once? I don't think anyone's. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like you said, harem. You said harem. That was the next question. Okay, furries. Furries in the group or furry adjacent people in the group. Here's your questions coming up. Have you
Furry
been? What the
adjacent.
fuck is this? The way this is worded, it says, "Have you been felt funny?" Turned on parentheses by a furry. Been felt.
I mean,
Does it mean if you're not a furry,
yeah.
or like before
Were
furry?
you about
Like,
to ask if your
Have you
avatar
ever
was
been
considered
felt
furry?
incredibly serious by a furry?
No. I
Like
mean,
someone
it's
else's
I was thinking
furry
it's average
avatar,
proof
that's
enough.
it.
Like, I mean,
I think
come
that's
on.
it.
Yeah.
I really like the aesthetics of furry avatars,
Right?
but no, I've never, no.
Humans are boring looking.
Sorry.
Yeah, humans
one
are
thing I
boring
wanted
looking.
to-
Exactly.
hopefully that counts birds and scalies too,
Why do you
because
think I don't make a
we
lot of
appreciate
human,
all
AOCs?
non-fur
They're boring
types
to design.
as well.
Yeah, otherwise that's discrimination.
Yeah, I think so.
Um,
Do you have more than 5 furry avatars or more? Something about concrete. I can barely read the text.
Yes.
Slow concrete.
no.
It just adds smoke.
Technically,
I'm
yes,
guilty
but
of
not-
this.
Jeez, so should I open my
Same.
menu
I am not
and
free of sin.
you know, let's see how many here. I would say
and what?
Not
just to
free.
say I do have some interest in anthro stuff, but not
That's
I
the
wouldn't
way to
consider
look at it.
myself
There
an
you go.
actual furry, but I do still have an interest in the creatures.
Like,
So
you
Does
just used the
Necro
word
count as a
anthro
furry?
specifically
Yes.
to cast a wider net about things that you want to
Okay, I have a bunch
include
of furry
within the
anthros
concept
gimmicks.
of furry.
Cute, but not sexual thing.
I would put you as adjacent.
Have to
Well,
be
like,
Yeah,
sexual.
I'm adjacent.
Pokemon count,
Yeah.
Like,
I think I would
I
consider
consider furries a
adjacent.
cute,
So
Does this count?
Yeah.
Mothman,
Does this count?
yeah, Mothman's pretty fuzzy.
I believe that would qualify as
I would.
dangerously furry.
Johnny, the avatar that you're already in is technically a furry. That is technically an anthropomorph. I know that it has different lore of how that thing looks the way it does, like Hizme, but he is an anthropomorphic bat, so
Furry is a broad.
it is very broad.
And yeah,
it
and
should
defining
be
it can
broad.
get really difficult.
Yeah.
Like a lot of subcultures.
Yeah, I think like people who try and
Oh,
fit it
God.
into a little
That's why we've
box
got that furry
that's
scale from like not furry to dangerously furry.
it's more broad than
Between
that.
45 and 50.
Next one is, have you owned a furry? Now, I wonder if that would count if you're like in a
That's not how
relationship.
it's my own.
Fuck.
I mean, does that count if you're in a
Okay, so-
relationship with someone
BDSM
if,
shit.
and you happen to be a furry? Like,
Again,
Would,
does putting someone on a
there's-
leash count? A leash prefab?
Well, there's latitude here, right?
Okay,
Have
so-
you ever won an argument with a furry in public that made them like really sad?
no,
What do we
that's
call
not
those?
experience.
How do we qualify this?
I don't
That
know.
feels very
Oh my
specific.
God.
Oh, you mean
I'm
owned?
not
Oh,
owned.
yeah.
I'm not
very
owned.
specific.
That's a bird. You mean just birding them? Next question. Now we're getting into deeper territory here.
I can't say that.
Have you? It just says, have you ERP?
Deeper
Well,
territory.
Deeper,
Improper
yeah,
pronunciate or tense.
Yeah,
Improper
so-
tense.
Is
I think we can like just collectively plead the fifth from here to the end
Yeah,
of
I
the
don't
list.
think
but
at this
also,
point. From this point
you
on, I don't think
definitely
any
need
of
to
us
talk
are
about
gonna
things.
want to even talk about that.
Hey, I'm not.
so-
It's
He's
a.
For all
making
the
content.
degeneracy
He's
of
making
the
content.
then RP is not.
It's just
really-
we're
We're
getting as
saving it
deep
safe
as the
for
hole of my
YouTube
chest
than
right now. So
anything.
we're gonna
Same,
reveal.
Phoenix.
You know, we're getting into the
interest.
deep hole of VR
We're
chat here.
speed running this
yeah, I
part.
don't have interest.
Oh my
in
God.
that.
You know what?
I just
Oh
know
my
it's
Have you
God.
not
noticed
appropriate
I've
for
been
YouTube.
quiet?
Yeah, you like
I'm
it?
the
What's the
opposite.
reason?
Like my hole. This hole has definitely been violated many times in
I have
VR
literally
chat, so I am
nothing to add.
There's a hole in your
100%.
heart that goes all the way to China.
Mhm.
That's a Cyndi
I'm
Lauper
quiet.
reference.
Have you ERP with a mute? Yeah.
Actually, no.
Like I said, you don't have to admit.
The
You don't have
rest of
to.
these I can just collectively
Sleep
check
on
out.
it.
You don't have to reveal explicit
You don't have
details.
Like we talked about earlier, you don't have to broadcast.
Yeah,
your
yeah,
things
right?
Because just
to the
remember,
internet.
yeah, just remember,
yourself.
third wheel. Not everyone wants to be a
the less
third
you
wheel
say,
Wait, what
to
happened?
explicit
the
details.
less you say,
For one of the options,
Correct.
if
About,
you select
like,
them, you'll get a pop-up telling you to
not
join the Discord.
checking the box,
Yeah,
the more
we've been
trouble you're
over
giving
this.
for other
Oh,
people
Okay.
that might or might not be checking the box.
If you guys got a pop up already, that means you're in deep territory. You're stepping into deep
That's
territory. Have you ERP with a furry? You do not have to admit this. Only check if you want to.
Probably best if you don't.
But also, just for the sake of content and padding, if necessary, if you check the earlier box, you're probably gonna check this box. Just because it's VR.
Just because of demographic overlap.
Can we? Yeah. What is the most common groups in VR chat that you more than likely will end up ERPing? Let's see. We have femboys. We have furries. We have furry femboys. We have robots like androids. We have android
I
femboys.
love that overlap.
I
So
was about to say some. Would e-girls count? Is what I was.
yeah,
gonna
there
say.
is e-girls, but a lot of them are okay. A lot of the e-girls in VR chat also have ears and tails, so they're like partly
That's true.
kimono. I forgot what that's called. Is it like
Also, I feel like Jekyll, you were
Gijinka.
just like running down the list of your personal tastes
Oh yeah, Gajinka.
in order of preference.
Hey,
From
most
top
that
to
if you
bottom.
are a femboy, that is no. Sometimes I'm into the muscle titty too, and guys, but you know, I'm into the food. Hey, occasionally, sometimes I'm feeling that, but
Sometimes you catch
Yeah.
me
Yeah,
off
that's
guard.
totally valid.
I just want to make sure people know.
That's
All
how
boobs
being
are great.
bisexual is.
Yeah. Have you ERP'd with the same gender? Well, I won't reveal things specifically, but you know, I'm someone who has interest in
That one-
multiple genders, so hey.
That one's basically
Also,
just
I mean-
saying, are you
Say
gay?
anything.
Like,
Oh, same gender
Why are you
girls?
saying that? It's
Are you
just
gay?
as loud as not actually
No, it
saying
doesn't mean
it.
you're
There's a whole
gay.
lot of genders out there.
That doesn't, yeah, because
not necessarily.
what
but yeah.
did we just watch that video with fucking Final Fantasy X where it says
Yeah.
you can be with girls and also be gay? It's called bisexuality.
I had forgotten.
I had forgotten about bisexuality.
They always forget about the
More so
bisexuals.
than
They
umbrella.
always do.
They always do. There's also us
This
pans,
is more so like umbrella.
pots and
God, the
pans.
furtive pygmy. It's being bi is like just you're the furtive pygmy from Dark Souls. But for sex.
Oh man. Next one. We're going into the deeper hole territory here. Have you watched someone ERP?
Crushed deeper hole.
So just
Oh man.
Thankfully,
Oh,
no.
This
Why are you
that
calling
is
me
something
now?
I said earlier
Weird shit
about
count.
Publix.
Oh yeah, public.
Like people that don't spend a lot of time in Publix
Thank.
won't have
I
encountered
suppose,
a
yeah,
lot of
if you
this
went to
stuff.
Okay,
public places,
I
like,
gotta
well-
mention that too because I got pissed off by a comment. And there's a YouTuber I like to follow that does like really great content, and I think sometimes they put up shorts in there talking about like, sometimes they'll make comparisons like private VR chat users be like this, public be like this. Now I was commenting on the video and saying like, you know, I have this many hours and I mostly spend time in private instances. People get the wrong idea of private instances apparently because someone immediately thought that meant degeneracy, and it's like, okay. Have you seen what happens in public worlds? Like without people's
Right,
consent,
you got it
like
flipped, man.
Have you seen what happens
because
in public?
you know who
Holy
cares
shit.
if degeneracy is happening in private. Now,
I'll have to
hopefully,
tell someone to fuck off if I
and
have a
also
private
they actually
instance.
mentioned that they went into
Like, there's,
groups. They're like, oh well, I don't like private instances, and I've gone in groups where people are ERPing and saying like explicit stuff and everything. It's like, okay, if you're in a room with other people and that's not private, is it? If they're doing stuff without your consent and you don't like, you know,
Right.
you're there with a bunch of other people and they're just randomly doing that stuff, it's not private at all. It's still
Strictly speaking,
Public
if
in a
you
sense.
walked into a room with people doing that in public, it would be considered a public
Yes.
place if you could just fucking walk in.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
like you
So-
can make that argument, and then at the same time, you know, there's the other half of VRChat who has been on Orange for a year and a half.
like me. I'm always on orange. I'm a filthy orange. I'm filthy orange user. All right. Have you? These are getting pretty explicit. So, have you faked an orgasm in ERP? I mean, okay.
Are we sure this can go on YouTube?
Yeah, I can go on YouTube. It might be
I mean,
limited.
have you seen some of the ads on YouTube?
Here's the thing. Here's the funny thing about this. I want to mention is
That's
that
true.
you could totally fake it because they're not gonna actually. You know, there's certain things that they won't know because you're not physically doing it with somebody. So yeah, you might have a better chance of faking it if you do that. If you're even the kind of person who does it. But you know, I won't go into that.
Shame on you.
I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking. I would never.
I'm
What is
just,
the
you
next
know, in
question?
general.
Yeah. Have you gone on red to ERP? Yes, it
I
means.
think it means putting your
that's what it
status on Do
means.
Not Disturb.
Oh, I thought it was some
Yeah.
weird like maneuver or something. I don't know.
What is the red maneuver?
Imagine what
Okay,
that
so
would
it's
be.
Fucking start. We're
The
not
red
doing.
maneuver.
This
Hold
isn't
on, guys, I'm
like
about
the
to go
trench on the
red.
Death Star.
okay. So next question
Although,
is:
I
have you
guess-
gone on
no,
red?
Actually, that's a bad analogy.
To
because that's
ERP.
Totally, that
Have you
works.
gone bald and red during ERP?
I mean, honestly, I hope you do. I hope you do because if you do that stuff, you want keep it private. Like you do want to keep it private.
Joke's
So
on you. I'm already bald.
I really like how the questions go from, are you a furry? Are you any flavor of gay? Have you been in the cuck chair?
have you made an excuse and ditched your friends to ERP?
God.
Yeah.
I have not.
Not
but I
gonna
have
make
made
to
an
that.
excuse to ditch my friends to hang out with y'all.
Yeah, that sigh was an admission. You might want to cut that.
Sometimes the Horty calls, and you don't want to be an asshole and say, hey, friendos, I need to go fuck. I'm gonna go
Sorry,
fuck
guys,
this
the
dude
bat
over here.
signal has called
You
me.
know,
Also, like, you don't want to be like, hey, give me 5 minutes, I'll be right back.
yeah, I think
You know, that might get back.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think make an excuse might be fine because, yeah, you probably don't want to tell them what you're doing.
I mean, it's like, but what's
Amazing.
worse, that
A meeting
or
is a
just
great
implying
euphemism, though,
that
I'm
you're
not gonna
about to go
lie.
fucking someone in VR chat, so that you have an excuse to go grab some chips and take a leak.
Sorry guys, I gotta go churn some butter. I'll be right back. Butter's pretty, I gotta, you know, I gotta really, it takes, it's a little
What'd I
stubborn.
miss?
God,
It's a
this girl is
labor-intensive
just
effort.
blowing up my DMs.
Sorry, guys, I gotta
I'll be
deliver a
back later.
package.
And then
Needs to
you
watch
just
the
go on
entire
red
No.
and fucking.
All right.
Okay, this one's,
Some hot
some of
pockets.
these are starting to get a little uncomfortable. Have you ERP because you felt obligated to enjoy it? Let's hope that didn't happen to you, okay? Let's hope that has not happened to
That's
someone,
sad.
because that
Doesn't sound like
sucks.
fun.
So the next one is just.
Yeah, that's like moving.
Yeah,
right.
we are getting to deeper.
Maybe we
Next
skip
question.
a few. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna move
next
through these,
question.
yeah. So, has someone ever forced you to ERP?
Jesus Christ.
Like I said, hope it doesn't actually happen.
Yeah, yikes.
So we can, yeah, I can definitely skip a lot of these. Have you ERP'd with 4 or more people at once? Orgy? Look at that says orgy in parentheses in case
Specify that it's an orgy.
in case you didn't know.
Just in case you didn't know.
Like, yeah, that's the thing. What qualifies as an orgy? What was the number? Is 3 too little?
that's,
Like,
that's
I thought
like
it was 3+.
so. You've got a couple.
I
You've got
Thruple. I've heard the word
some
thruple.
or a thruple. Look, a couple, discreet too.
or thruple?
You got some.
I don't actually know.
Some can be
Quadruple?
like more than
quadruple,
2. Let's
quadruple,
Just sounds like you're playing
let's
Qual.
call that one 3. Is there a non-generic like implicative term for a group?
To simplify,
That is
if you can
more
say
than 3?
threesome or foursome, it's not an orgy, but anything over that is an orgy.
let's see. Have you ERP'd in a? Okay, let's hope. A lot of these questions, I hope to God you have not done this, because even as a degenerate, I try to be a responsible person, and there are definitely people who are irresponsible. And should not be doing stuff in public. They should not be, you know, advertising too much of that stuff around, you know, in public or around groups of people who don't necessarily want to be a part of it. So, if you're someone who engages in that stuff and is an adult, please be responsible, you know, around other people. So there's quite a few questions
So
about that.
I'm reading what Corvus is saying right now.
Mm-hmm.
They've witnessed people doing it in public, and it is literally the most awkward and uncomfy shit.
That shit makes me mad,
Yes.
yeah. There are a lot of people, like...
But also, there is a gray area in the middle, and this is one of my funniest and earliest VR experiences. And I'm sure, like, we're deep into the spicy territory. All this is probably gonna get cut, but if it doesn't, whatever. One of my first experiences of introducing other people to VR chat was with a broader friend group. And one of the worlds that I'd been hanging out in a decent amount at that point was the early Just Be Club.
Oh, yeah. If I can say my brief Just Be experience in public, I've only been to it a few times. And thankfully, like, it wasn't too bad the few times I've been in rando public Just Be. But the few times I went, like, it seems like a lot of people will try and, like, you know, do the PDA stuff, like, out, like, they could go to the rooms. There's private rooms, definitely. They can go there and do that stuff, but a lot of people choose to not do that. So obviously it kind of seems like those people enjoy others looking at them, and it's just like, come on.
100%.
Particular.
Yeah.
It's a voyeur.
But then,
100%.
outside
That
of
is
that,
absolutely the case.
outside of that, though, thankfully, like, you'll have people try to, like, RP, like, you know, I had someone come up to me and, like, wearing the Halloween Mike Myers mask or whatever right behind me, and I was on the tablet looking at the cameras at the different locations in the map, and this dude came up right behind me and was breathing down my neck, and I was looking at the camera, watching him. I didn't react at all. I did not react to it, and he fucked off. And then, of course, you know, there's kids that come in, and, like, I was teaching a kid how to use VRChat. That was actually a wholesome experience in Just Be. And then, you know, people who talk about tech and stuff.
It happens a lot.
Yeah. So thankfully, not
But
everything's
that's most of what
degenerate.
happens in
So
places like
yeah.
that. it's hard to maintain the focus and the energy to try to fuck people or talk about fucking people. That's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Talk about things you're actually into, like video games or technology.
And next one is, have you ERP'd with a remote control toy? Yeah, there's this technology exists so you can do
That
the
explains
thing.
what pleasure tech is. It's a friggin' sex toy company that's
Oh!
doing this survey.
Holy shit, I didn't know that. Because they included themselves. There's Lovins and Pleasure Tech. I'm familiar with Lovins,
geez.
but...
Yeah, OSC Gobert.
Alright, yeah, alright. They have revealed
Not that,
themselves in.
You know, it's...
Alright, well, we'll move on. Have you used GoGo Loco to ERP? So, let me just mention, not to get into explicit detail, if you do not have FBT, and you need to do, you need to position yourself in a specific way, GoGo Loco is a good way to do it. GoGo Loco is not meant for that.
Or if you do have FBT, and you don't feel like thrusting for 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's GoGo Loco is for the lazy, and some of us who already have trackers that get lazy and don't want to charge them all the time, especially with Vibes that don't have good battery life. GoGo Loco is kind of like a lazy way to lock yourself in, and you know. Have you been catfished? Someone pretending to not be what they claim. Now, I have heard that this happens in VRChat a lot, but that, you know, I don't hang around public worlds. I'm sure that happens in public worlds, and very specific ones. I don't have that experience, so you know, there's a lot of things I can avoid just to be hanging out with friends and not being in public. So
yes, there's implications with the term catfishing. And if you don't understand the term, don't check the box.
yeah.
Just keep going.
Have you pretended? I don't know if I like this question exactly. It says, have you pretended? Okay.
It's very restrictive.
I don't like it.
It is pretty restricted. Have you pretended to be a different gender in VR? Okay. I guess I can see that happening. This does happen, though. I kind of feel like the other thing. I kind of feel like there's definitely people who troll others. Like there is a cult. Some, you know, with some people who do content, there's definitely people who will don certain avatars and stuff. That isn't always the case, though. And I do think the people who do the trolling give others who legitimately want to embody for different reasons, like a bad reputation, you know, because not everyone who does that is a troll. So, yeah. Have you used a voice changer?
That's like minus 1,000,000 points.
Yeah.
Anyone that checks that box, you lose every test
I
round.
literally use voice mod.
Yeah.
Not voice changer. The previous question. Voice mod? Voice changers?
I mean,
Fuck yeah, those are fun.
yeah,
Those are
yeah.
funny.
Actually, I've used it before too, but just not like seriously. But I think I can check that because I played around with voice mod before. You know, voice mod's pretty fun, even for like just regular RP stuff, not erotic.
Yeah.
You know,
You can identify as voice curious.
Yeah.
That's all right.
voice curious.
We won't judge you.
Have you sent a pic of yourself? Yeah, I'm gonna actually skip a lot of these. We're gonna actually skip some of these questions because they involve sending, you know, revealing stuff about yourself to someone in VR, and you know, you don't have to check those if you don't want. I won't. I don't mention those, so we'll skip through them here. Okay, I do have to mention this one because it's kind of funny. And I am not surprised it happens.
I think I know the one you're looking at.
Have you jerked off to your own avatar? I actually think this probably happens a lot.
God.
I think this probably happens so much.
You think that happens
Because
a lot?
think about it. A lot of people mirror watch, like put an avatar on. A lot of people will put avatars on that they like to look at, right, in the mirror. You know, they'll get into that, and then you know. That it's like a pipeline into maybe, you know, looking at
Oh,
Okay, so it's
no.
I get what you're saying, and yes.
I got the pop-up.
Oh, you.
Oh my god, it took you this
Different
long?
question.
I thought you'd get it maybe a little bit earlier, but yeah, maybe we're still
Just a little bit.
clean here. A lot of us are clean.
Okay, like the thing that you're talking about though, it's the dudes that are like, yeah, of course I'm playing a female Night Elf Hunter. I'm gonna be looking at her ass for the next 200 hours. Why wouldn't I? Teehee. And then, you know, jump forward 15 years. and they're wearing a Catgirl avatar sitting in front of a mirror in VR chat for 15 hours
Yep.
straight. Like,
That happens.
what am I?
That is a VRChat experience.
Yes. That is in fact the VR chat experience.
Have you have you taken lewd photos of your own avatar?
Okay, who has?
Yeah.
That has
Oh,
the
I finally
ability
got. I
to
got the
pose
pop up.
and, like,
I got the pop up finally.
Yes!
Finally.
None of us.
Jesus.
That's the question
Oh
I also
my
got the
God.
pop-up on.
Oh my god.
Does it count if I did it as a joke?
Yeah. You can do it as a joke.
Can you
Yeah.
edit my existence entirely out
Technically,
of this
still
video?
counts, yeah.
You
You
clicked
and me
on it.
both, man.
Like when we went to that DVD map.
You're saying that?
Oh yeah.
The DVD. Oh yeah, the DVD
Ugh.
map. Oh, the DVD map.
DVD's nuts.
I don't know
Oh my
about
God.
that.
You know
Does
what?
that
It's
allow
good
for
that
lewd shit?
you don't know about the DVD map. Okay, next question here. Have you done a porn
You're all
shoot?
going to hell.
God,
I'm just kidding.
Okay, it says in VR. Have you done a porn shoot in
My own
VR?
throne set up in hell.
Sure. I don't have a dick out, but close enough to it. Or shit post.
Okay, so
What?
if you have
Well,
to
that's that
ask
for sure.
qualifying questions about this,
No.
like if you have to look
I
for
think,
detail
I think
about
you
what
have
this
to check the
means,
box.
just check the box and move on.
Have you been so bored hanging out with someone in VR you played a game on your phone? Wow, let's just change it from completely. We're moving on completely from the erotic stuff now. It's just,
phone?
have you been so bored hanging out with someone in
I
VR?
haven't played a
Question
game
because
on
it
my
continues
phone.
on.
Have you been so bored
Actually,
hanging
I
out with
haven't.
someone in
If it's
VR
true,
chat
it's
that you
boring,
play games on your
and
phone?
I got,
Yeah.
you know, I just pulled out
I
my
have
phone.
Reddit
and
I mean, it
started
doesn't say
playing.
ERP specifically, so I don't know if it's...
It's on a different tab. I have it open.
I do crafts during stream watches, but that doesn't mean I'm not paying attention.
I mean, I think we all do that, though, when we're just hanging
Yeah.
out, so...
No, I'm paying attention
Oh,
like
that-
to you guys.
I think we all have, like, attention spans that go, you know, all over the
Yeah,
place,
fine.
so... You know, that seems pretty common. Have you met someone from VR in real life? Yeah. I met a lot of people, a lot of you guys.
Most of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, what
You don't like
I would
us?
We're
love
waiting for the
to.
worst of it.
I would love to. I wouldn't want to live in
Yeah,
that.
bring it
Yeah,
on.
you don't want to live in the US,
Oh,
yeah.
No, that's
no, that's
I
fair.
see what you're
Be
saying.
free.
I see what you're
My
saying. but I wouldn't blame you
non-American
if it was
friend.
The other reason too.
Be free where you live. Next one is, have you slept with someone from VR in real life? I don't know if that counts. Does it count if you like,
Did we skip over the met someone in
Does
VR?
it count if? I feel like
No.
Yeah,
Okay, so
No, we
Over
did. We just
men?
did that
We got to
one.
that one.
you
Oh,
and your
I-
partner
I
were
zoned
together
out. I must
before you
have
got
zoned
the
out.
headset, right?
At this point.
I
yeah.
feel like most of us have, because most of us
But-
watch too
Yeah,
many
you don't
games.
count.
I'm poly though.
If that's what
Yeah.
you're...
I'm
Yeah,
poly.
well, okay.
So
Grant, is there anyone that you've been with after you got the headset and like met in here?
I will not reveal details. Have you used any form of full body tracking? Yes. So I have used FBT.
Currently wearing it.
No, I am broke.
I'm working
Can't
on
afford
it.
it.
I have
honestly, full
tested
body
those
tracking
ones
doesn't
with
seem like it's all it's
camera,
cracked out to be, in my
but I
It
never
can be nice for
They say that
dancing
now.
and
chat because
yeah,
there's
it's
so
hard
much
to
I
really
originally
imagine, but
thought that, and then I got
Slime
it,
VR
and I
Yes, I
never
have
played
is an
without it.
absolute...
have you purchased or used 11-point tracking? I haven't gone that far yet. I haven't had that many trackers yet.
Nope.
Maybe
Actually,
someday.
no.
But
That's
hybrid system, 9-point.
That's
plus
insanity, 11
two
point? Wow.
mostly
then
dead
a
cell
lot of
phones
people
for
who
days.
do
You don't
dancing
use-
6-point,
may
that's
use all
enough.
those because anyone who does like break dancing or strip club, like pole dancing or general dancing,
Yeah.
it really helps sell like the actual movement on the body having that many trackers. So have you been suspended from VR? I don't think that has happened to anyone else here. Hopefully
Nope.
not.
Actually, no.
Hopefully not.
No.
Yeah.
How bad do you have to fuck up to get banned in VR chat?
Be an asshole. Yeah. You just
know
Yeah.
like there's.
exactly how bad.
Yeah.
And if you don't, God fucking bless
Have
you.
you?
You sweet, sweet
Does it-
child.
Have you? Wait,
So
I'm struggling to
some of these
comprehend the next one.
questions
Isn't
are-
the next one like? I guess you'd have to make another account, but isn't that against the EULA?
It is, yeah, making another count.
It's against the terms
Yeah.
of service.
Have you had an
Possible to
account
happen.
permanently banned from VR? Yeah, thankfully, that's not something I.
Nope.
Definitely not.
Maybe we shouldn't read the next few questions.
Yeah, have
Yeah,
you been
the
a part
next few
of
are
a
probably skip
harassment
those.
squad? that terrorized people.
Yeah, most of these,
on VR is what this is asking.
Yeah, most of these here is like stalking. Have you stalked someone on VR? Stalked on VR? Yeah, we'll. Let's see. Cheated on your VR partner. Oh boy. If you get caught cheating by your VR partner, how does that happen? I guess. Well, actually, I guess the thing with VR is.
Chat VR drama.
Yeah, I'm not part of that kind of stuff.
Oh my god, I left myself
I
on
agree with
blue.
you, Ataria. These are
This totally
VR
isn't my
drama.
kink. Wow, you're
I
here.
like
I'm
to
so
avoid
embarrassed.
drama
Oh, I'm
here.
so glad I'm
Sometimes the
not
best
involved in
avoid
that.
drama in
Phrasing is childish
Right.
phrasing.
Yeah.
Are you?
Let's see. Are you?
Thanks for being honest about
Are
things.
you living? I love the way this is phrased. This is. Are you living a secret sexy life on
Are you living
VR
a secret
that in
sexy
real life
life on
partner
VR?
does not know?
not
Yeah,
that
I've heard
cool.
stories of people.
I wish.
I've heard
My
stories.
partner knows so sexy
God,
I
I
am.
wish
But
too.
I think the reason I've heard stories of this is because there are people who feel like they're not able to express themselves in that way in real life when they're with a partner, so they do it in VR.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sometimes it's kind of unfortunate. Like, you know, it's like, well,
No,
that's your
but,
outlet. Like,
being real with it. Yeah, I actually know a few people like that. That this is the prisoner's cinema for them.
In VR.
what were you gonna say,
I don't
Jimmy?
think it
you wanna check
counts,
the
but
box.
when we
Oh,
have gone
no,
to the
okay.
the GTA one to like fool around.
Oh, the strip
I don't
club?
think it counts, but
Yeah, because it's not like active. Like, I've been to strip
Like,
club
ma-
maps, but not
So
actual
do
like
map props count in
populated
that regard?
strip clubs.
This is
No, it has to be populated.
this is like a free
NPC
space. If
strip
you want to
club
check the
maps.
box, you can just spin up a public or even a private instance
You know what?
of one of
I'm
these,
pretty sure
you know,
private-
like click on active.
I mean, I've gotten a
Like,
lap
you click
dance.
on worlds that are active now. Fuck.
I think it counts because
Nice.
I have gotten a friend lap dances in the GTA strip club with the pole before. Like, there's things that happened in there, so I think I can actually check that.
Things happen.
that video,
One
that
thing
video
led to
we did
another.
with Swansea.
Oh my god, yeah.
that
I mean, there's
that.
that.
Swansea twerk.
Dude,
The mouth watching.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah.
Oh
Oh,
my
I have definitely.
Jackal.
What?
Jackal, I was giving you an out.
You were giving me an out.
You didn't take it. I was giving you an out. You didn't
Testing
take
here
it.
That's
for people
okay.
in Steam VR.
I
Was
think there
I
should be some
curly
buttons
Being
on the bottom
twerked
of the
on by
window.
Swansea one time in there. I think I was.
Multitasking.
But
Yeah,
hey, there's
yes.
been more than that.
Does that count? Being twerked on by Swansea or being Swansea
you-
twerking for a bit?
You know what? Sure.
What were you curly? Were you curly with digits, or curly?
I was incapacitated.
Alright, I'll
Curl.
give you guys a free point.
Oh my god! Let's roll the tape back here for a second. Who was twerking on the nugget?
Who was twerking on the nugget? They probably won't reveal themselves.
What?
They probably won't reveal
Well,
that
I'll
there's
tell you
Swansea
later.
twerking. Yeah.
What do you mean twerking on the nugget?
We're talking about the meat
Just don't
nugget.
ask.
You
Oh,
guys,
Like, I'll
you
tell you
all
when
have
you're
a free
older.
point.
Oh,
You guys
Barrel's
get to
was
have a
on.
free point.
Oh, that was
Barrels
me.
was
I
like
was
that.
twerking.
oh, were you
Cordis-
okay? So I was being
Cordis
twerked
is
on
now
by.
using the
I think
powers
they
of
might have
knowing
crashed them off.
that their text
That was
box
me.
is
I
not
was
appearing in
Swansea.
your
Oh,
stream.
yeah,
Please.
Johnny. That was Johnny.
Are we gonna get to have Shoka and Swansea Old Man Yowie?
Well,
And
do you
how
want?
badly do you want that?
What
Yeah,
is
there we
what
go.
is it with this old man Yowie trend that I've
I've
seen?
been saying, why is yeah, Old Man Yowie's been
Why is
trending
that
lately, so
trend?
like
It's a lifestyle.
it's a
choice.
lifestyle, yeah.
I mean, we're just.
VRChat.
Holy shit!
Is this my
Does
time?
this count?
Is this my fucking time?
Are we gonna?
Is this the dawn of the old man summer?
I think so.
Before we're even done with winter?
A friendly reminder
Oh
that
my God, what a
everything
terrible
here
time to have
is made by the
sense.
devs. This is made by the devs without blocking.
Have you used a VR dating app?
Hold on.
I don't think I don't know. I have not.
There are VR dating apps.
That's
That's
how do we
right.
stop?
At least,
Yeah.
yeah, I've
At
seen
least
them
two.
advertised.
Yeah, no, if
I
you've
wasn't
ever been
even
to
aware
like
about
a
it,
movie
so
there,
no.
you probably tune it out
There
in the
you go.
same way that you don't notice half of the billboards you pass on the highway.
Oh, true,
But
yeah.
the
So
walls are
again,
fucking
sorry.
plastered with ads.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yep.
VR
Are
dating
we
apps.
counting those Swansea things
Yeah.
that we did for
Yes.
the bit?
Yeah. Count those.
That was
Count if you want.
Yep. Count them.
You get a free check mark.
If you want a lower score, check more
That's free
boxes.
check.
Can you get a free check mark? Can you get a free check mark? Yay.
Have you jerked off to VR porn? I kind of feel like that seems general because there's definitely.
You know, I wonder.
I mean,
God,
there's
wonder if
more.
you check enough boxes, you get disinvited from the server.
Yeah.
I feel like if you don't click on any of them,
I will say it is
you will be
nice
banned from their Discord.
that there are options for adults, generally not just in VR chat, but like in VR generally, you know, for people who want to enjoy those things. Those exist. Next one is, have you made VR porn? Have you paid for a VR? How the fuck do you pay for a VR? Is that a thing? VR prostitution?
That must
What do
be
you
how
mean
you get
VR?
VR Chat Plus. That's
That
the
is-
service is exchanged.
That is,
I have
okay,
found
that
my
is
calling.
actually the answer.
Oh my god.
No, but no bullshit. That is actually the answer.
Have you given someone real money or gifts on VR? Like, I don't know, like, what does that mean? Like,
How do you do that
Got
on
this,
VR?
this,
It's
this
some
guy
more
right
thing
here.
of it
he's
will be on
inexplicable.
Okay.
Or
But more
have you
porn
given
than
them
wonder.
some?
Oh,
I mean,
that's so nasty.
I think.
What if the thing that I was just talking about, but they're just simps?
Oh, yeah, I don't even know.
Oh, dude.
All right, have you been caught in real life doing something inappropriate, embarrassing in VR chat? I don't know if I mean, like, that could be anything though, because doing VR is embarrassing
Yeah.
generally. Like,
Has your
Skill
partner
issue.
ever walked in on you
I live
pretending
alone,
to eat
so-
ass for a bit? Check the fucking box.
all right, have you ever purchased an avatar or asset? Okay, yes. Actually,
Yes.
I
and the
got.
rest of these are just avatars, so
Have I ever purchased an avatar and asset? Yep.
okay, don't reveal scores yet, okay? Yeah, I actually do, I mean, I
Damn,
make
the upload
my own stuff
speed.
too, but I love, like, you know, buying other people's avatars. People make really great avatars.
oh, you did that
Yeah.
one? That's cool.
No, I bought
This one's
one.
from VRChat,
Oh, you bought it.
I
Okay.
believe, so.
That's cool too.
This one I bought.
I changed
one I bought.
some things that she has, but yeah, this one is bought
The same,
because I saw her and she was cool.
the same with,
It's still, yeah, it's really cool.
this one that I have here that I've been using lately that I've fallen in love with. It's very rare that I come across avatars that really gel with me, that say, that's me. This avatar here is also a
Yeah.
VRChat.
Same.
Sarvadarsa
I mean,
by
I
Tenmeshi.
literally saw it and went, "Oh my god, that's a jackal."
Oh, totally,
avatar."
yeah. So this one here,
Yeah,
it's
same.
amazing.
I was like, oh yeah, Jackal would like.
Same.
Totally amazing.
I was like, this is Jackal's avatar.
Yep.
Like,
I'll link it in the description too, because this is an amazing one. I plan to customize it eventually, but I love it. Have you edited your own avatar? A lot of us here, I think, who do that kind of
Yes.
stuff
Yes.
have done that. So
yes.
Yeah,
totally.
Look at this one and the previous one
I
too.
haven't
Have you
done that,
ripped?
and I'm not good at it.
You ripped and uploaded, so this one also
Wait,
counts.
did you say rip and uploaded? Question, because I have done that.
Well, okay. No, I don't think when it says ripping. Okay, there's two different
Like
types of
from a
rips.
game, typically.
There's two different rips here
Yeah,
because
like,
here's the
I've done
thing.
From a game, yes.
Okay, let me explain what I mean here. I'm not sure what it means by ripping because there is a type of ripping that people do in VRChat where they steal avatars. Where they have a program where they steal avatars
Oh, no,
off
not
people
like
and then
that.
upload
No,
them.
I mean from like a game.
So ripping, when I hear ripping used in the context of VRChat, I'm thinking of people who rip other people's avatars and upload
Yeah,
them.
like
so
Ripper Store
Oh,
shit.
okay.
yeah, ripper stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, not like that.
With the
I mean,
game,
like,
Very-
I don't even know
the
how to
term
do that.
that we use for game
So, right,
avatars,
from a
Or subgroup.
the term that we use for avatars, the game avatars or game assets is porting. Don't use rip. Use port.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
porting.
porting.
Okay.
Porting.
I did not
Okay.
know
Yeah.
the difference, so thank you for
Yeah, make sure
clarifying
if you ever
Okay, yeah, that was
mention
actually
that kind of
useful
stuff
for
in
me. Okay, see, I
VRChat, don't
did
use
not know
ripping
that.
because that will get totally
that.
taken
Okay,
the
so
wrong way.
Port.
Talk about ports.
Yeah, let's see 'em.
Have you made your own avatar from
Okay.
scratch? I think some of us have.
Yes,
Lol has.
actually.
Yeah. So yeah.
Here,
Have you,
Xander.
have you made a VR world?
I did this
Yeah,
from
one.
scratch. Modeled it myself.
I made
I,
one and it's uploaded, but not many people have been to it.
Yeah, let me read that one off
We
there.
should,
Have you made a VR
Sweet.
world?
An artist is
That-
really
I
bad
would
at
definitely
judging
check-
the quality of their own
No,
work.
I would like to
I have.
eventually.
Made plenty of maps.
You get to check the hell out of that
Yeah,
one.
because I just
Oh,
pushed
yeah.
out a
I-
world,
I've-
so
If you've gotten to the point of clicking publish from inside Unity and gotten past the errors, you get to check this box.
yep.
yeah.
Yep.
It's. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that with the map I'm working on.
Have you used a client mod? Huh? Let us not admit if we do that. I mean, I don't think you could
Actually,
really.
Oh, is
No.
that not? I don't even know
I
what that
haven't.
is, but I don't need to know.
People,
so.
I mean, the thing is
If I
people
don't know,
used to
I'm not checking the
use.
box.
there was a thing that happened.
VRCX doesn't count. If anyone's thinking about it,
It pulls
VRCX
available,
doesn't count.
yeah, because what it does is it pulls what's actually available, publicly available, just not as easily accessible, but, yeah, so people will use that. Yeah, people would use, like, Melon Loader.
Clients lean on a non-public API.
So that's in the past,
to
I
do
think.
Gross shit.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Like crashing, which is the next question. So I don't.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, what the fuck
that
is
is
that?
not
You
in
mean
the
like
past?
overloading your
Literally
person?
trolling master.
That is a bias.
Not
Forcing
intentionally,
your
though.
That you
client
might hold because
applications.
you don't go to Publix anymore.
Actually,
That is
I'm
correct.
aware
Fuck you,
what people
relogging
do
the game,
now
haha.
is, even though I don't
you
go to
meant
Public
crashing.
Worlds,
Yeah.
I'm aware that you
Crashing
can still abuse shaders to crash people. Or avatars,
You can
just
abuse
avatar
shaders.
size. So, which I think they're capping the avatar size, which should help with, I think crashing
I thought
issues.
they
So.
already capped it.
Did they already push that?
Thought they up an update like,
Like,
in
the
June.
whole-
I thought that's already there.
A couple updates ago.
I like this last question here. The last one in this whole
Why I
question
don't
are
go to
off.
Publix.
Have you worn nothing but VR before? It says, parentheses, naked in real life. You know what? How about this? Let me make this a little less weird. Is that, in the comfort of your own home, I'm not talking about me, okay? Because some people do this. Some people just might not wear anything in the privacy of their own home. If you do it, that's fine.
I mean, you're
But-
still wearing your
And
headset.
then if you're wearing your headset,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, some people just
This
let it
place
hang out.
hits way different if you got full body tracking.
Yeah. All right. Let us check the damage here.
Submit.
Hit the submit. And let us see.
I'm not proud of
So are we
myself.
gonna
man.
go one by one? Are we gonna go one by one and reveal our
Woo!
scores?
Well, okay, I want to know if somebody's actually lower than me because... let me get ready here. Dun, da, da, da. Score is 53 for me. 53. Almost close to 50. 53.
I'm close, but not lower.
Are we gonna go around like Christmas morning?
Okay,
Everybody has to
whoever
tell their
wants to
scores.
actually reveal. So we'll
Yeah,
start
you don't
from
have to.
Curry's side here. If you want to,
I'm just gonna send you the screenshot. Don't say
Coward.
anything.
Okay.
I failed. I didn't get an A. I got 89.
Well, that's still good. I mean,
Damn.
dude,
That's really high.
I mean, that's
Wow.
really off the funny now.
don't feel bad.
About what
I
I
was
got.
just one lower than Miker. I had an 88.
So you got.
No.
I also had
I'm
an
joking.
88.
It's a
Twinsies.
joke.
Oh.
It's a
Not a
joke
funny
that I
number at
didn't
all.
get an
I
A.
got
Oh,
86.
I didn't get an A. That'd be
Oh,
even
you're gonna be
my,
so
my,
disappointed.
my score is 88.
All right, you two in the back. You birds. Okay, so Corvus says 80. Corvus says 80. What about you, other crow?
Is 87 good?
Hey, that's anything.
Yeah,
you know what?
that'll
Anything
do.
above 50, more than me. Cause I mean, you're golden. You're golden. What about you, Bob?
Right? Who would kill over
96.
Wow, you are
nice.
almost a
Nice.
VRChat virgin.
Bob.
Good job.
You're a
96.
sweet summer
Your
child.
purity is like a golds.
I thought I was.
It's like 14 carats over here.
All right, you two.
At once?
Well, actually, here we'll do Phoenix first. Phoenix, what's your score?
86.
86. 86. All right, you two. Do you two want to reveal your
I am
scores?
a clean, good girl.
All right. Am I doing mine first?
Yeah, Cypher,
Alright,
reveal.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you get
Sai,
below
you
me?
first.
I got 49.
Oh, dude. 49.
Oh.
Wow. We have a new champion of
I'm
low
sub
scores.
50.
Lol. What did you get?
I'm 55.
55.
Aw.
55.
Surfer, you need to put some more work in on it.
Yeah.
Don't worry
I
about
got
it.
an 88.
You got an 88. Okay. What about you, Mary? Head in the floor. You're just a head in the
88
floor.
as well.
88. Okay.
Yeah, we're twinsies.
Neo, would you like to reveal your
I
score?
didn't realize. Thanks for telling me. I'll move up now.
61. We
Higher than I
haven't
thought.
had anyone in the 60s before.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I got 4.
Bullshit.
I got 85.
Bullshit.
You got 85?
85. Okay.
85.
That makes
85.
sense.
Okay.
Okay.
4. Holy
I just try to see what it would say, and I mark everything, and the lowest you can get is 4.
Really? And not like 1?
Interesting.
Huh.
Why can't you get a 0?
Okay. Final verdict.
Nice, you beat me.
Okay.
This is what I think. Curry score.
Nice.
I had a
Fills
feeling.
fills the
I knew
hole
I
in my
believed in
chest.
Curry.
That's why I think of your score.
Good job, Curry.
It fills the hole, the deep, never-ending hole in my chest.
Oddly similar to what my urologist said yesterday. Wait, no, 2 days ago.
Okay. Do
Oh my
the people
God.
who have the score around 50 or lower, it is up to you if you want to light up and take the degenerate trophy.
Take a photo. Fucking no.
As a power move, I am naked and pissing myself right now.
Good for you, man.
Oh,
And we respect you and your life choices.
Oh god, don't get sick. I'm already
out.
sick.
all right.
Tell me.
You know we're gonna have to.
Pissing champion.
I'll fill in a spot.
Okay.
I'm close enough.
There you go.
Close
I
enough.
will say,
I'm
Yeah.
not around 50.
Don't worry, you don't have to join us. All right, now we gotta go to the confession stand.